So as you guys know, in my last video I was using DWM, but I have since switched over to Bspwm, as you can see over here. And yeah, Bspwm stands for binary space partitioning window manager. The reason I switched from DWM to Bspwm was because I was tired of the constant patching. I had to patch in a lot of stuff. And sometimes there were conflicts between two different patches which I had to go in and manually fix, and it was getting really tiring, like resolving all those patch conflicts. And also, yeah, I just switched to Bspwm, and Bspwm, it's really simple. When you install it, you just get a window manager. There is not even the bar by default. The bar that I'm using is polybar, so if I just kill that over here, as you can see, this is how Bspwm looks by default. So it does not even have a bar. So now let me get that back. Yeah, that's polybar. I have configured that too using, I have removed the default modules and all. Like by default there are a lot of modules. It just comes up till over here, but I did not want extra modules. Like, who wants weather in their taskbar? So yeah, I've removed a lot of modules, and this is what I'm sticking with right now. So I think it looks really cool. As for Bspwm, like I said, Bspwm just a window manager. It does not even have key bindings by default. You have to use a external hotkey daemon for that. So what I'm using is SXHKD, which stands for Simple X Hotkey Daemon, which you can see over here. So the reason I use SXHKD and the reason why many other people use SXHKD is because it was developed by the same person who made Bspwm, Baskerville. So let me show you my config. So this is my SXHKD config. So alt return obviously launches ST, which is my terminal, and then there is my keybinds. Like I have super P for pulse mixer and alt 10 for NMT UI to connect to Wi-Fi and stuff. So yeah, also yeah, this is one thing I wanted to show. This is really cool. So by default, Bspwm handles floating windows really well compared to DWM. As you can see, I just press the key binding and it opens. In DWM I had to patch in my own key bindings like in the config.h, but here I can just SXHKD for this. Also, yeah, the thing I was talking is, like, if you open say NMT UI in DWM, it would have opened over here, like right on the top, and it's kind of annoying, so Bspwm handles floating windows well. It opens them right in the center, so you can just use it like that, floating window. So yeah, and super P will of course open pulse mixer. Now on to my Bspwm config, which is located in home/.config Bspwm Bspwmrc. So wait, first let me just cd over there so I can show you all this. As you can see, it's executable. You need to have this as executable because the config of Bspwm, it's not like a normal config, as in Bspwm does not read from that config file, but it's like it's a executable shell script. As you can see over here, bnss, I don't know why there's that space over there. Let me save that. Okay, yeah, it's executable shell script. The first thing it does, it launches SXHKD. Of course, without that, if you don't launch SXHKD or any other hotkey daemon, you will not be able to do anything in Bspwm, of course. So that's that. Then this is the monitor configuration. I have 9 workspaces set and I have only one monitor, so that's that. Then border width I have set to 2. The resolution of my display is 1366 by 768 and a value of 2. It's really nice. You can clearly see the border, but with a value of 1, it's I can see it, but it's not preferable. And then the window gap I've set it to 5. You can another cool thing about Bspwm is, since it's this is the shell script, and to configure Bspwm really we use BSPC, which is like a programming interface, I guess, for Bspwm. So you can configure Bspwm in real time, unlike DWM, in which you have to patch stuff and then recompile and restart DWM, or even say other file managers like Awesome, I guess, or i3, in which you have to reload the config. In Bspwm you can just do BSPC, which is the program. I think it stands for binary space partition config, I guess. Okay, BSPC. So yeah, BSPC config, let's say window gap. If I wanted to change it to say just for this video, I will change it to 30. As you can see, 30. Yeah, you can just change stuff in real time. Let me put it back to 5. Then top padding I have set to 27, which is the space I have to leave on top for polybar. So yeah, you have to set that. Also, as you can see, the window border is following my mouse, so you can do that. That is basically this over here, focus for not this, focus follows pointer, so the focus is following your mouse pointer. So that's a setting. Then there is Gapless Monocle, which is, if I go into monocle mode, that is your mod key, which is I have set to alt M. As you can see, it goes into monocle and there is no gaps around it. So yeah, that's Gapless Monocle. Borderless monocle, of course, there is no border in monocle mode. Then pointer modifier is mod 1. Okay, this is another thing. So if I open another window and say run htop in there, then I can put this window into floating mode, and this is what my pointer modifier is set to mod 1, which is the alt key. So if I hold alt and left click, I can drag around floating windows. Then if I do alt plus right click, I can resize them. Yeah, hold alt and right click and you can resize windows. So that's really cool. I think you could do the same in DWM, but yeah, as I said, Bspwm handles floating windows much better. Then there is rules for like screen key to set screen key, like to, so that Bspwm does not manage screen key and it appears where it should. So that's that. Then I want my videos to start in floating mode. So MPV Firefox, when I launch Firefox, it launches directly into the 9th workspace. Don't really want to open Firefox, so yeah. Then again, these are the two rules which I showed earlier, like when I open Pulse Mixer and MTY, they open in the center and floating windows. So yeah, you can set windows to open by floating as default. Also, yeah, set root cursor name left pointer. What this does, it if you just run Bspwm by default, you won't have this arrow as your pointer, you will have a cross as a pointer. So this sets it to pointer, left pointer. Then again, launching polybar. I launch polybar through my Bspwm RC because I want my bar to start up after my window manager. Otherwise, the rest of the startup scripts, I just run them in Xinit RC. Like I run Compton, which is of course my compositor. Then Dunst, and I set my wallpaper in my Xinit RC, and then I launch Bspwm. Is there anything I want to show? Yeah, one thing, another cool thing about Bspwm is like, let me just run stuff in these windows, and yeah. Okay, so what you can do is you can resize them like within the stack. So as you can see, these windows are within the tiling stack. You can do hold alt and then left click. You can just move them around like this, whichever window you want to move. You can do it with the mouse. So with the keyboard, you can just move them with the keyboard. Also, you can do with the mouse like I just showed. But that's not the thing. If you hold down alt and if you hold right click and move, as you can see, you can move windows really. And this would be really cool if say you were watching a video in a small window, and if you wanted to move it on top, like say if you're watching a tutorial or whatever, you can watch it over here, and then here you can just do your work, etc. So it's really cool. You can resize them using the mouse, because the default resize key bindings for Bspwm, they're not really that great. You have to hit like alt shift, and then you can alt mod shift, alt super and shift, and you can resize them or like to go inside in ways resize, or alt plus mod, and then by not holding shift you can resize them outside. So it's really pain to resize using keyboard shortcuts. So yeah, that's most of the things I think. Yeah, that's it. See ya.